once again, we're at a movie where we're the only ones in the audience. We saw Freaks of Nature at an AMC 30, in which it was playing in theater number 30, which took us a little while to find it.
Yeah, it's not where you would think 30 would be.
No, there's like 25 to 30 this way, so we went that way, and it wasn't like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. It wasn't like that. It was like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it kind of fucked us up. We were like, is it playing in the men's room?
I just haven't seen like
Well, I guess I'm seeing the movie. I'll meet you in the car. Give me 90 minutes. If you've never heard of this movie, I don't blame you. I hadn't heard of it until a few days ago when I saw that it was only playing in like 100 some theaters, and I think this is actually the last night it's playing here. Although I did see they didn't pre-screen Peanuts around here, so we found this one instead. I did see that there are a couple of theaters still playing Freaks of Nature around here, and this is gonna be Scout's Guide will probably get brought up a lot during this. This movie is only playing in like 100 some theaters, and Scout's Guide was in about 1,500, and that's insane.
Yeah, this was like infinitely better than Scout's Guide.
Yeah, this movie isn't even that great. It's not a great film, but it's wildly fucking better than Scout's Guide is. They're both horror comedies. They both have to do with high school students. They both have zombies in them. They're both pretty bloody. But whereas Scout's Guide is a douchebag fucking movie made for douchebags, that is barely even a fucking movie and is just a string of forced fucking memes. Yeah. This one's actually a movie.
I actually dug this movie.
No, I liked it. Honestly, I mean, there's things about it that don't make sense, but I laughed quite a bit in it. So there's that. So within the first couple of minutes, I laughed a couple of times, which even then I was like, okay, this could turn into a pile of dog shit after this. I've already laughed more than I did in Scout's Guide. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. That's true. I literally laughed 0 times in Scout's Guide.
Yeah, literally none. Neither of us did.
This movie actually did get some laughs out of me, which, honestly, given the cast of this movie, it was probably bound to happen. This movie has got Dennis Leary, Keegan-Michael Key, Rachel Harris, Joan Cusack, Patton Oswalt, Bob Odenkirk. It's got a pretty good cast, and I'm sure they're playing it safe by putting all these funny people in it. Like, well, you're bound to get some laughs with the cast like this. It's just true. But sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just breathing.
Oh, just don't do that. But this movie is wildly more likable than anything in Scout's Guide.
What I actually found interesting was that one of the main characters in this, I guess arguably the main dude, also was a Disney star, but like was in the one Disney thing I actually enjoyed, and he was a really good actor in this. So.
That's the guy from Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah, he was also Ponytail Derek in Perks of Being a Wallflower, which was a really minor role. Have you seen Perks of Being a Wallflower? No. Oh, okay. He's the really pretentious college dude that Emma Watson's character is dating for a while.
Oh, okay.
He says something like, yeah, I got an A on that assignment, but it's for all the wrong reasons. In fact, I get straight A's, but they're all for the wrong reasons. They don't really get it.
Ironically. Yeah, he's kind of the he's kind of the Cusack of the movie, which makes sense because his mom in the movie is played by Joan Cusack, and he's likable. Like, again, to compare it again to Scout's Guide, Scout's Guide, we were following around just fucking asshole, smarmy ass dick faces. This movie knows the difference between having likable lead characters and characters who are assholes. The characters in this movie who are assholes are the assholes.
Yeah.
They're not our lead fucking characters, stopping to take fucking selfies every goddamn 5 minutes, 'cause internet. The plot of the movie is that humans and vampires and zombies coexist with each other. I don't even know how humans still exist in this universe.
It seems like they do, like, some precautions. Like, they keep the zombies from attacking the humans by keeping them in a, like, gated off area with towers.
Gated, kinda, yeah.
Well, the zombies are also really dumb.
Yeah, but the zombies still go to school with them. I don't even know what the point of that is. The zombies still go to school with them. Later on, it says something like, if they don't eat brains, then they'll get some of their smarts back, so just stop feeding them brains. But they're basically the Return of the Living Dead zombies. They can talk, and they mostly say brains. They go, brains, like, they all, like, when the alien invasion hits, it's showing, like, newspapers go up to the screen, and it's like the human newspaper and the vampire one, and they're all talking about the alien invasion, but the zombie newspaper just simply says brains.
And it's got, like, because they all have, like, the same picture of, like, the same spaceship, and, like in the human paper, it's like, aliens attack. Is it the vampire's fault? And it has, like, a picture of the spaceship and, like, an angry vampire. And then in the vampire, it's like, aliens attack, probably called by humans. And it has, like, a human holding a steak. And then it just says brains, and it has a zombie going.
There's a lot of belly laughs in this movie. Like, it's a lot of laughs, like like that, honestly, because, like, the vampires are also in the high school, cause even though they're like 200 years old, and that main vampire, of course, they got somebody who looks a lot like Robert Pattinson. So there's a lot of different, like, things about high school life in this that they equate with either turning into a vampire or turning into a zombie.
Or at the very end, turning into a werewolf.
Or turning into a werewolf is puberty. Or turning into a vampire is like losing your virginity. So when the girl is getting with the vampire, he's about to bite her, and she's like, whoa, no. And he's like, I thought you wanted to go all the way. And she's like, yeah, I just want to have sex. So he turns her into a vampire. And the Ned, the kind of dweeby kid in the movie, who is just exactly like my buddy Alex. My buddy Alex Shryock is practically in this movie. He lives this home life in which his dad is a super sports guy, and his older brother is, like, gonna be the star sportsman until he gets, like, a massive head injury from getting hit in the head with a baseball, to which his dad says to him, if you were a dog, I would have put you down. Don't worry, it would have been a mercy kill. I would have made it quick.
Yeah, he's like, your life is absolutely over. Now, I understand that when you hear that, you're probably going to want to kill yourself, but I want to tell you, it could be about 2 years before you get better, and if in those 2 years you don't get better, I encourage you to do that.
Yeah. So then Ned, the younger son, goes out and doesn't literally kill him, well, kind of, but, like, he turns himself into a zombie.
Yeah, there's a scene where, like, because they all three of the main characters actually start out the movie as human.
Yeah.
There's I can't even remember. I just remember him having a weird name. It's like Dag.
Which character?
The main character has, like, a really weird name.
Fuck.
It's like Dag or something.
Yeah.
It's a really fucking weird name.
I know that.
I remember they were like, Tag, and I'm like, no, that's Rachel's intern from Friends.
Vanessa Hudgens plays someone named Lorelai, which is funny, considering we were just talking about Gilmore Girls in the previous video.
Yeah, I think it's Dag. Dag is the main dude. He's the only one who stays a human. And then, there's Petra, who starts out as human, and then, like, she wants to have sex with, I guess, her boyfriend. She refers to him as being her boyfriend, but they don't really seem like they're actually dating. She wants to have sex with her boyfriend, and, he's like, no, I only have sex with girls I don't care about. I care about you, but that turns out to not be true.
Yeah.
But he bites her and turns her into a vampire, which, like, it seems like they are capable of drinking blood without turning them into a vampire, which is one thing that I was kind of like, I don't know why.
It seems like a movie that they are kind of just making shit up as it goes along.
But he turns her into a vampire, and then won't talk to her, which is basically like if he did have sex with her and said she was really special and really important, and then
granted, why he's just made her an immortal. Like, she will for eternity never let him live this down.
Yeah, for real. That's why I'm like, I feel like he could have been like, I only drink the blood of people I find really important, and then he's like, well, you're dead.
They can buy blood at grocery stores, and the zombies have like little canisters of brains that they get and they just chow down on, and they have little shockers around their neck that keep kind of like in Fido, it keeps them from biting the humans. And so this alien invasion happens, and most of the humans are taken aboard the ship, and really a few are left. But the main ones that we're following is the main dude, the Cusack dude, and the vampire, and Ned.
Oh, I was gonna talk about Ned becoming a zombie. Yeah. So like, Dag kind of watches Ned get like pushed around and shit. Like Petra and asshole boy, it's like Milani or something. He has a really weird name too. Petra and her boyfriend are like talking in front of Ned's locker, and he just like suplexes him across the hallway. And like this zombie chick comes up to help him, and he kind of waves her off. And then the same thing happens in the cafeteria, and then it turns out that Ned's dad is using like all of Ned's college money to like pay for like
insurances for suckers.
To pay for Chaz Jr. And they always call him Chaz Jr. They never call him Chaz. He's Chaz Jr.
Yeah.
To pay for Chaz Jr.'s like operations and shit to make him sports better. And so he runs away and runs into the zombie girl who'd been like trying to help him, and he realizes that like she doesn't feel anything anymore. And so there's actually like, I really dug the scene where he like convinces her that his brain is in his foot.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't actually want her to eat his brain. And so he's like, no, I put my brain in my foot just for you. Like,
brains?
And so she bites him on the foot and turns him into a zombie, which is like, he like when he doesn't have brains, he refers to it as like having withdrawals and shit. So it's basically like if he started hanging out with a druggy girl and started doing drugs with her. That's like the zombie equivalent, I guess, which I don't remember the stoner kids at my high school having to wear shock collars so they didn't steal drugs from people. So, you know, I guess that metaphor kind of dies out eventually. But, so yeah, that's how he becomes a zombie. And, yeah.
And then aliens.
And then aliens. And so they all kind of start blaming each other, other than the zombies.
Yeah, there's like, the humans are all meeting in the gym, and they're like, oh, does anyone find it weird that the vampires aren't here? Obviously the vampires have something to do with this alien invasion. Cut to the vampires having their meeting in which they're blaming the humans, and then cut to the zombies, who are all just standing around Preacher Zombie with a Bible. they're not worried about shit. They're just concerned that their brains haven't arrived yet.
And Ned's only like half zombie at this point.
Yeah.
And so he kind of like leads them into the town because he's pissed about shit. Understandably, his life has kind of just been fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
Because Chaz Jr. got hit in the head. Dag was the one who threw the pitch that hit Chaz Jr. in the face.
And this basically turns into a whole like just turf war with all them. It starts out where it's not even about the aliens. It's just like this one little thing has caused this town to just go ape shit and riot and try to kill each other. So it's this mass bloodbath that at first doesn't have anything to do with the aliens.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite scenes in this is when Ned's the dad, sports dad, he's got this whole speech where he's talking about how he's prepared for this day and whatnot, but then he instantly gets taken down by zombies, and it's like this minute or two scene of them pulling organs out of him, and him why haven't I passed out yet? What does it even matter what organs you're taking?
One of my favorite lines is he like almost goes like unnervingly calm, and he's like, seriously, did you just take out one intestine and then take out another intestine? What does it matter?
It doesn't even that was my bowling arm. Don't worry, he comes back later when he's also a zombie, and he makes up with his son through subtitles. It's
very eloquently written subtitles.
Ned, it is I, your father. And it's subtitled. They're just going, and he's holding up his severed arm. It's an enjoyable movie, and like I think it's one that I would have liked regardless of comparing it to what we saw last week.
Yeah, no doubt. Like when we were going to see heading down to see this movie, I'm like, oh god, I really don't want to see this. I don't need another Scout's Guide in my life. But like, I'm actually glad I saw it. I actually pretty much dug this movie. The relationship between Petra and Dag was really cute.
Yeah, the actors have really good chemistry with each other, and they even have in Scout's Guide, that also has to do with with friends who used to be really close, but then drifted apart because what they're into in high school won't make you as cool as what you were into when you were young. They also have a similar thing like that between Main Dude and Ned, except, again, in this, they act like fucking human beings. Like, they act like real people and not just these fucking asshole douchebag fucking morons. Like, they've kind of made this relatable, empathetic teenage movie, but using zombies and vampires and the cliches of zombies and vampires. I mean, yeah, it does seem like they are kind of just making up shit as they go along. Like, they're running into different people. Like, Patton Oswalt is like a survivalist in the basement, and he instantly gets eaten. Pans over later on, and they're just in body parts in bags. So I guess they did that at some point.
Yeah,
that was funny.
There's a part where like Petra gets mad at Dag, and Dag's like, all right, I guess I'll just talk to Ned, and Ned's like passed out. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll just talk to the Millers. How are you guys doing? And they're just in bags.
They're just body parts in bags. Like, well, I guess they did that.
I love that they took the time to do that.
Yeah.
Like, to cut them up and put them into bags.
I mean, there's things that like okay, the aliens can't see them because they can't see them if they're naked.
And the way they find that out is because Petra, who, like, she got turned into a vampire at night, so she hasn't dealt with, like, day yet. And so they, like, emerge into the daylight, and she starts burning. And so Dag gives her his clothes. All of his clothes.
I was wondering about that, too. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Like, at first I was like, did I just not notice he was only wearing that hoodie? Because they do acknowledge, like, she's like, you don't wear underwear? And he's like, I don't like how it bunches. Which is like, all right.
I concur. No, but yeah, like I was like, okay.
I feel like he could have at least like kept the shirt.
Yeah, but if he didn't get completely naked, then we wouldn't have figured out that...
I'm just saying, like, that was definitely, like, a plot convenience moment.
Most of this is plot convenience, like, when they defeat the alien at the end by spraying ammonium on him, like... Okay, because that, alright, sure, why not? But I mean, you know, it's a likable enough movie, so I can let, at the end of the day, it's a comedy and I laughed, so I can totally let shit like that slide.
Yeah.
And the alien, okay, this whole town is basically thriving on the McRib industry, but it's called the Riblet. And it just made me want a McRib so fucking bad. Like, so fucking bad. Like, the main Riblet plant is in this town that's run by Dennis Leary, and they're having dinner with Sports Dad, and Ned and them are having dinner earlier, and like, Dad, do you even know what's in a riblet? Of course I do. 2 tiny ribs. Oh, all right.
He says it a lot more aggressively than that, and he's not the only one who says that, too.
Yeah.
Do you even know what's in a riblet? It's tiny ribs!
And it turns out that's what the aliens want, is the riblet. Because...
It's got, like, some chemical in it.
From Saturn.
Yeah, it's the same thing that Saturn is made out of. I know what a Saturn automobile is!
Yes, thanks, Dad.
That's a reliable family car!
So then the aliens come down, they get inside the rib factory, and the little sperm aliens, like, jump out of their, like, exoskeleton suits and jump into this rib machine and form a giant alien that I'm pretty sure is voiced by Werner Herzog. They even say, like, why does he have a German accent? Like, yes, I am here. We wanted your ribs, but actually we came down just to borrow a stick of butter.
Yeah, he's like, your generosity has endeared you to us. We essentially came to our neighbors asking for a stick of butter.
And then he starts quoting, "We didn't start the fire."
He's like, to quote one of your great philosophers,
We did not
start the fire.
It was always burning
since the world's been turning.
And they're like, oh yeah, well fuck you too. We're American. And then they spray him with ammonium, which, like...
All research indicated that Earth had an extreme, like, attachment to Billy Joel. The entire crowd just...
Boo! And then so the alien's gonna drop a giant bomb on him, which is a callback to when Ned missed catching the pop fly ball when they were in Little League in school.
I feel like the fact that I actually was genuinely sad when I thought that Ned had died shows that this is so much better of a movie than Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Because I might have been a little bit like, oh, but like, honestly, depending on which one of them died, I probably would have cheered in Scout's Guide.
Yeah. Yeah, in this, like, I wanted these characters to live. Like, I was glad when Ned
Like, I was genuinely very saddened that Ned died.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't.
He's like, no, look at my wound. Like, ew, really? My face is melting and this grosses you out?
That's very endearing. I liked Ned.
Most of the characters are in this. Like, I liked Dude's relationship with the vampire. And how it's almost like when they're about to have sex is almost treated like an STD, sort of. When they're in the
I didn't make that connection, but yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad film. Like, it's... I could totally recommend it as, like, a matinee screening. Or here's why I did really dig this movie, other than it was pretty funny. Like, it reminded me a lot of something that, like, me and Dave and especially Buford would have rented, like, back in high school. Maybe smoked a little pot. It reminded me of something like, if this movie was made in the 80s, it would have been, like, starring Eddie Deason. It reminded me a lot of something like Surf 2, or, like, Surf Nazis Must Die, or something like that. Like, just, like, kind of a fun little high school gross out movie, sort of. Like, it actually would make a really good double feature with Surf 2. So I really kind of dug it as that kind of throwback, and even by the poster, which is a very 80s looking poster, It's a really good poster, too. You can tell that that's really kind of the vibe they were going for with this movie. Especially in that, like a lot of those movies, they knew how to at least make your characters likable or somewhat endearing.
I didn't even dislike Lorelai.
No.
Who was probably supposed to be the most and, like, honestly, like, she just seemed kind of too stoned to care about life. Like,
yeah, but even if you didn't like Lorelai, at least you were probably not supposed to.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, there really wasn't any character where I'm like, get them off the screen.
Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, not really at all, especially out of the main characters.
Yeah, like, I loved all three of the main characters. Petra was cute, Ned was incredibly endearing,
Yeah,
Dag
Alex,
seemed like someone
yeah.
I could hang out with. Mm-hmm. I especially like that Dag was, like, kind of a jock, too, but, like, that wasn't, like, high school clique.
Uh-huh.
Like, he was like, are you a jock?
He's tall,
like, I play
he's got an
sports.
arm, you know.
He's actually got two of them. Most of the characters do,
Throwing
except
arm.
for Chaz's dad.
Except for, yeah, well, he's still holding it there.
He's still holding
at the
the
end.
one.
Yeah.
You know,
It's I, your father.
He and Chaz Jr. high five with the severed arm.
If this is playing near you, it's worth a matinee ticket. I don't know where all it's gonna be this weekend.
Yeah.
But kick Scout's Guide to the fucking curb and take a giant fucking dump on it. Go see this instead.
Yeah, the only, like, the main recommended movie on IMDb when you look this one up is Scout's Guide, and I'm like, that's not even... Like, yeah, they're both movies about high schoolers and zombies, but goddamn, like...
Well, I mean, I can see why you'd compare the two, because,
I can see why you... But, it, like, as a... If you liked this, then watch this. Not really.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, in a generic search kind of thing like that, I can see why both movies would get brought. I mean, hell, we've brought both of them up. I mean, even if I had seen Scout's Guide several months ago, as opposed to last weekend, I would probably still bring it up a lot in this, because I feel like this is just made by way fucking smarter people than Scout's Guide is.
Oh,
if you
definitely.
want, and it takes a lot to impress me with something zombie related nowadays.
Oh, same here. We got the trailer for Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and I was just kind of like, I'm done.
Why the
with
fuck is that a
zombies.
PG-13? Really?
So is Krampus.
Yeah, but I feel like Krampus could probably get away with that more than a fucking zombie movie. I don't like PG-13 zombies. No.
I don't really like zombies.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I'm over that too, which honestly is saying a lot towards this movie.
For my favorite character in this movie to be a zombie, that says a lot.
Mm-hmm. But they were, like, they weren't the same kind of zombies that we see in every other movie, where it's either just the slow-moving zombie or the fast zombie. In this, yeah, they're walking around slow and everything, but it's the Return of the Living Dead zombies. It's the brains, and I hadn't seen that in a while, so
Yeah.
that was charming. That was fun. He's getting the zombie to crawl up on shelves with a laser pointer and shit.
Cat zombie.
Yeah. So
Not that it was a cat zombie, it was Ned. He was just cat-like. It was cute.
Yeah, no, cat zombies were the other movie.
Yeah. I got the impression that the dog was supposed to be a zombie at one point.
I don't know. Wait, there was a dog in this?
Yeah, they open the door and there's like a dog like growling and barking at them, and Lorelai's like, "You're so cute, please shut the fuck up." The little like fluffy white one, and they turn on the light and there's like a ton of zombies.
Oh, okay. Probably.
I don't know, just the way it was acting, it wasn't acting like a normal dog. But there was a dog zombie, but it wasn't a weird puppet.
What a weird double feature. Spectre and Freaks of Nature.
I liked both of them, though.
Oh, I did too. I did too. I'd probably recommend Spectre over this, but it depends on what you're in the mood for. So we got, I think we got Peanuts tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah.
And I suppose if we find out about some other fucking random thing over the next few days, I still want to try to see Sicario before Tuesday. So yeah, Freaks of Nature. Surprisingly not that bad.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it's an alright movie. See it.